And let me tell you, this is a beautiful, beautiful brush for shimmers. Oh my gosh. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video, which I'm really excited about because today I am going to be playing with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Spice palette. I did recently play with the sugar palette and share my first impressions with you in a video. So be sure to check that out if you missed it or if you're curious at all. Let me put down this other palette before I break it. Yeah, but today I'm going to be playing with the Spice palette. So I'm really excited to create a beautiful warm toned look. Let me go ahead and open the palette and check it out. I haven't seen it since I looked at it in person at my Sephora, my local Sephora. I went into the Sephora on the very first day of the Sephora sale. Lo and behold, they had some palettes for me. So I picked up both the sugar and the spice palette after I had said I wasn't planning on picking them up. I went back and forth and back and forth. And ooh, seeing them in person is why I picked it up. So this one here is the one that I was the least interested in, to be quite honest with you. But when I saw it in person and after watching one video, I saw somebody, I can't remember who, create one really beautiful look with this palette. And I was just like, okay, I would rather travel with something like this if I want a warm palette as opposed to my Natasha Denona I Need a Warm, just because I would be devastated to have anything happen to my big midi palette. But this is just more like travel friendly, and you can just pop it into your makeup bag. And for the most part, ABH shadows travel pretty well in my experience. So anyways, today I am really excited to get into this palette for the first time. It is so beautiful. Okay, my eyes are primed. I'm going to take my favorite fluffy crease brush. This is the number here. It is a Morphe brush that you can get on the Ulta website, and it is currently like on sale 40% off. I'm going to start off with, oh my gosh, again, we only have two mattes. This dark one and this, and this really light one here. So I guess I'm going to start off with the dark one. Let's just see how it goes. Not too powdery, so that's good. Tap out any creases before I get started. Nope, that ain't gonna be good enough. I'm gonna have to wipe out any creases because they kind of dried already in place. All right. I am starting with the darker shade. I'm just going to start a little bit lower than I normally do. Just kind of like start to blend that over really beautifully. That's really, really pretty. Okay, now that's always my favorite, like crease and outer corner. This one's not gonna look the same, but I'm gonna try really hard. It's just my eye shape is different. And so the way the brush lands in it is just different, and it just goes on differently. That's beautiful. I always love how Natasha didn't know. I always love how ABH mattes blend out, especially their browns. Their browns are so beautiful. I mean, I know it's easy to do a brown, but ABH does really, really beautiful browns. So does Natasha Denona. Okay. So far, I think that is a beautiful matte, and it's blending out lovely. I'm gonna take this kind of deeper taupey satin shade. It's like a warm taupe, I think. And I'm gonna put that on the back half of the lid going into my brown matte. That's just like a meh, pretty little satin. Nothing like super spectacular. Maybe if I used my finger, it would be better, but I'm not trying to get a whole lot of impact. I'm just trying to put down like something on the middle part of the lid before I go in with this really incredible shimmer right there that I'm super excited to test out. Okay, and then now I'm gonna just flip the brush over and go into this other one here and put that more towards the middle. Okay, so that one does build up a little bit, just a little bit. It's just like enough to catch a little bit of light. Oh yeah, there it goes. So what I do like about these little palettes is that they give you like 3 different levels of shimmer intensity. So you can get like a really pretty soft satin shade out of it. Hold on. So they give you like a really nice soft satin. They give you more of like a slightly amped up kind of metallic satin. And then they give you a really, really beautiful like punchy shimmer. And I think this is probably going to be one of those mattes with sparkle. One of these is going to be a matte with sparkle. It's either going to be that one or this one, probably. That's my guess. Not really a big fan of those mattes with sparkle, but ABH does nice ones. Okay, so here's how the look is going. Here's how the look is so far. I don't know why I struggle so hard to say that. Kind of out of shader brushes. So I'm going to use this flat shader here with this really beautiful, intense shadow here. I'm going to put that. I'm going to put it on the inner corner because I feel like the pink is going to be too low key to be an inner corner highlight. Oh my God, look at that. That is gorgeous. I barely touched it. Oh my gosh. That is going to be really beautiful on the lid. But as a soft little like pop right here in the inner corner, it's really pretty. I feel like this one's bigger. It's just the way the light's hitting it. It's not bigger. Okay. That's stunning. That is a beautiful shade. All right. That would have looked really incredible all over the lid. But do I have any more shaders, man? I don't. Not one freaking shader do I have clean. Oh yeah, I do. I have a good shader right here. Next, I'm going to take this really beautiful Smashbox shader brush into this gorgeous pink shade here. And let's just see how this looks. I'm going to put that on the inner part of the eyelid. Oh, wow. That shade has a lot more impact than I was expecting. I'm not sure if that inner corner goes with it very well the way that I have it, but we'll blend those in together in a minute. Oh, that's a beautiful, like slightly punchy satin metallic or whatever it is. I don't know. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to take something to just blend. I'm going to take this little like flat blender brush and just blend my inner corner up a little bit into that pink. Just try to get a little bit of a like smooth transition from one to the next. Okay. Oh my God, that is gorgeous. I mean, it's pretty simple, but it looks so beautiful with my brown eyes, I feel like. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but okay. For the lower lash line, I'm going to take this kind of fat pencil. This is really too big for my lower lash line. Never mind. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to take this beautiful lower lash shader brush from the Sephora collection, and I'm going to try this matte right here. I mean, this shade right here. I feel like this is the one that is the matte with the shimmer. No, that's the one that I already used. I hope this isn't a matte with the shimmer, but this is the one that I'm going to pick up. And I'm going to stamp this. Just like that. Okay. Okay, so here's where I'm at so far. I used that one. I need to use this shade up here. So, okay. I'm going to use this fat pencil with this beautiful shade up here, and let's just see what this does. Ooh, that one, I feel like that's the matte with the glitter because that just like flaked off a lot. I'm going to just buff out the bottom then. Instead of putting that here towards the front, I'm going to use this to just buff out the bottom of this line. I feel like I kind of ruined this one here because that like blends into my freckle, and now it looks like I just have like this really dark spot that goes all the way down. Okay, so here's where I'm at so far. I'm going to take the same pencil and go into my deepest shade just to really get like my outer corner shaped the way I want it. Slightest little detail, but it makes a difference visually. See? Ooh, I really, really love this palette. I knew that looking at this palette, it didn't look like much, but after falling in love with warm tones from the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm, and seeing this palette on, I think it might have been Patty Alonso, seeing how beautiful this palette looked on her, I had a feeling it was going to look really beautiful on my skin tone and complement my brown eyes really lovely, and so far, can't say that I was wrong. Okay, so I want to... I'm going to take this Essentials brush from the eye set in the Sephora Pro Collection brush, and I'm going to go into this really beautiful punchy shimmer here. And now that I've got the whole look done, I mean, like now that I've got all the rest, now that I've got the rest of the eye done, I'm going to go ahead and just tap this, oh my God, and bring it across the whole eyelid. Let's just amp it all up. Wow. So look at how that changed the look. That really just like took it up a notch. And let me tell you, this is a beautiful, beautiful brush for shimmers. Oh my gosh. Look at that. No pressure on my eye, just a beautiful smoothing sensation from this brush with shimmers. I love this brush so much. I'm so happy that I took a chance on buying these new Sephora Pro Collection brushes when I did. I love that they come with the bag. They're so good. Really love them. Okay. Okay. For the final shade to check out, let's see. I think the last one that I haven't used is this one down here. So I'm going to use this shade on the lower lash line here towards the front. I don't really feel like that did anything. I feel like it did add just a little bit of a hint of a shimmer to that brown matte on my lower lash line, but it's not like super impactful. Okay, I have not used this light shade yet. It's the last shade that I need to check out. So I'm going to just pick up the slightest little bit of this light shade here, and ooh, she's a powdery matte. I'm going to just start off here at the top and blend out the rest of the brown with it at the top. So I put a little bit in the brow bone area and then just softened up the rest of the brown line. Yeah. I do like how that shade works as like a blending shade. It just like softens up that brown just a little bit. See? But now that I know what it does, I'm gonna amp that brown back up because I really did want it like punchy. But with that beige there, the brown is blending really beautifully up into it on the crease. Okay. So here's the finished eyeshadow look all by itself. I'm gonna add some finishing touches and I'll be right back to show you the completed look. Here is the finished look for my first time to play with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Spice Palette. Oh, there went the plastic. Don't worry, I got it. Okay, let's just figure out which shade went where. So here is the finished look for my first time to play with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Spice Palette. And I have to say, I absolutely love these tones on my eyes. I just think that they make my brown eyes pop so beautifully. I feel so fierce in this look, even though it's really simple and like, you know, not very complex. It's just some browns and a couple of shimmers. It's really, really beautiful. And I think this is my favorite mini palette of the three that I own so far. I'm so, so glad that I ended up picking this one up. I didn't even have my eye on this one until I saw the one video where until I saw Patty Alonso's video use this palette, and I was like, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to get that palette. It is stunning. And I am not disappointed at all. It did not disappoint at all. I absolutely love the way it looks. Let me know what you think of the look that I created for my first time to play with the ABH Spice Palette. I would love to read your thoughts down below. Let me know if you would do anything differently. Let me know if you would like, I don't know, change the shape or the placement or what kind of a look you would have done with this palette. I'm curious to hear. And yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, I would love if you would take a moment to like my video. It really does help me out so much. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. That's going to do it for today's video. I had so much fun playing with this palette today. I can't wait to play with this one again and again. I absolutely love these tones so much. If you've been eyeing the Natasha Denona Warm palette, you really like those colors, but you don't want to pay $70 for a palette, I would say pick this one up. I mean, they're very different color stories, but they're both warm tones and they're both beautiful neutral warm tone palettes. And this one I got during the Sephora sale for $23 and some change because I have 20% off from Reach. So if you can get this palette on sale, it's even better. But honestly, I would say this palette is by far, this palette is absolutely worth the full price tag if you can't get it on sale. So don't fret. I totally recommend this palette. I used every single shade. I did use every single shade in the palette today, and I loved how every single one of them performed. So I'm really happy with this palette. I think this is the best one of the three so far. And I just love, 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 love the way that the look turned out. Anyways, I love how these colors complement my skin tone and my eye color especially. I think it's a really beautiful formula. And I'm so, so happy to have this one in my collection. I can see myself using this palette a lot. And yeah. I highly recommend this one a lot, especially if you have brown eyes or you just like a warm toned color story. It's really, really beautiful. And I had so much fun playing with it today. So yeah, let me know if you picked up this palette or if you're gonna skip it. That's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to click the like button. It really does help my small channel out so much. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel before you go. It is absolutely free to subscribe to me. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.